Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on The Flash Season 9. This is going to be my trailer breakdown for Episode 8 for this season, otherwise entitled Partners in Time. But of course, before we do anything else, let's actually watch the trailer.
Whatever's going on here, it's not good. You've got to be kidding me. Why can't we get out of this room? I can't get a signal. It's like we're cut off. Whatever's happening, it's gonna escalate.
It's like I'm stuck in the past.
We're about to be erased from time.
So last episode was another one of those interlude episodes with really nothing relevant. Like, not even with the Thawne stuff, what we thought we might be moving forward with. What the hell she is, you know, not a human, not a metahuman, so what is she? There was nothing really relevant moving forward. It was all sort of self-contained and or like an end of a story. So very weird. Actually, the only thing is that Chillblaine left, but we know he's coming back by the end of the season, so or the end of the series. So yeah, nothing really relevant, which is super, super weird. I thought they might have done a cliffhanger for this episode, but apparently not. So nothing really of note from last episode leading into this one. But before we get into the actual breakdown of the trailer, we will quickly read out the synopsis or description for this episode to give us more context as to what's going on, because there is a few more things that are revealed in the synopsis that aren't shown in the trailer. But of course, throughout the video, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below your various thoughts, opinions, theories, predictions, expectations for this episode. Always curious to read what you guys are thinking, so let me know down there in the comments. And of course, if you're going to enjoy the video, looking forward to this episode, want to show you support, everything like that, drop a like on the video. It takes 2 seconds. A seemingly simple mold inspection at Star Labs leads to unexpected time anomalies. Barry and Iris try to make sense of the confusion and figure out how to get back to their reality. Chester admits a secret to Allegra, which makes things awkward between the two, and Allegra relies on Cecile to act as a buffer. Meanwhile, Thawne meets with an old friend of Team Flash. So the first thing that needs to be said is that there is 2 weeks off with no episodes after this episode. So this episode, well, you know, we have this coming week, or you know, in the following week from this one. But then there's a 2-week break after that one, and the episode that airs after that break is, of course, the Oliver Queen return episode. So obviously, there's going to be a lot of intrigue and curiosity heading into this one, whether there's any setup and a cliffhanger. I think there might be, especially because of something that's mentioned in the synopsis in regards to maybe setting that up, but we'll get to that eventually throughout this video in regards to discussing it. But yeah, just a reminder, there is a 2-week break, or 2 weeks with no episodes after this episode airs, so just keep that in mind when heading into it. Now, the first thing I do want to say is just a question that people have been asking me, and I do have a decently accurate answer to it from what I've been told. So people have been asking me, Pagey, why is there so many like weird bottle or self-contained episodes this season? Not necessarily interlude where they're like quote unquote filler, but ones that are all indoors. Now, episode 2 had this a lot, and then we had like pretty much 6 and 7 have had that, and by this trailer as well, episode 8 as well. So 4 of the 8 episodes are going to be airing are all like inside bottle episodes for the most part, and arguably the Red Death arc was a lot of inside stuff as well. And even the outdoor stuff like we saw in episode 1, it was the same area and they reused it pretty much throughout the entire episode. Why is that happening? I've been told there's been a massive reduction in the average budget cost, the average budget per episode that they've been given compared to previous seasons. That doesn't mean like when we get to the end that there won't be some cool stuff, because they're sacrificing it by making some really cheap episodes at the moment, so that final stuff at the end, and even including the Oliver Queen episode as well, can have a lot of outdoor scenes which costs a lot of money. So that's what I've been told. It's frustrating. Don't get me wrong, it's frustrating. It gets a bit annoying just being, oh, they're stuck in Star Labs again, or they're inside this area. Trust me, it's annoying. It's not fun to watch the episodes. And I think that affects the quality of the episodes as we've seen at the beginning of this season. But they're saving it for the end from what I've been told. And we can tell that because a lot of these set photos we've been seeing lately, and most of the set photos for this season, have been for these final like 4 to 5 episodes. Like there was maybe like 1 at the beginning and then hardly any really in between. So it's frustrating, but that's what I've been told by a pretty reliable source that's given me pretty accurate stuff in the past. So yeah, frustrating, but that's pretty much the answer. They've been budgeting and, you know, keeping things cheap, so then they have more money come the end of the season. So yeah. But let's just talk about this episode. It's probably looking to be the last of the episodes where they're trying to cut costs down and keep things really cheap. And we have Barry and Iris stuck in, one area inside Star Labs, with anomalies from throughout time showing up and appearing to also change them, at least, physically or aesthetically, because we can see like Iris's look change here, for example. I thought this was like Indian for or something like that, but it might be from like something like ancient Egypt or like, I don't know, ancient Greece or something like that. There's a lot of like other like ancient Roman and Greek stuff that shows up, so it might be a look from there. Not too exactly sure what area this is from or what period, but it obviously looks ancient. You wouldn't see too many people rocking this nowadays. But it does appear that they might be in like a pocket reality, because the synopsis says like there's unexpected time anomalies, but also they have to get back to their reality and they're stuck somewhere. Barry says that. So I'm thinking it is like a pocket reality that opens up through because of like the Speed Force or some sort of weird time stream or something along those lines. But also this weird pocket reality is having these anomalies show up at the same time as well. So that's what it appears to be. And also just it seems to be stuck in like this one little area of Star Labs. So I'd assume that's what it is. But as the trailer does have Barry say, there is the threat that they could be erased from time, but this could be just due to maybe the pocket reality or whatever it is they are stuck in, maybe being erased itself. So maybe they're like, oh, okay, maybe the pocket reality is getting smaller and smaller. It wouldn't shock me too much maybe if the pocket reality begins with all of Star Labs and eventually it starts to shrink and shrink and shrink to the point where we're in the Speed Lab, where it seems most of the scenes are taking place from this trailer. So if they are in this, when it gets completely erased and shrinks down, they go along with it. So they would get erased from time. That makes sense. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what actually happens in the actual episode, but that seems like something that would happen. But yeah, we can see like random like ancient historical statues from like ancient Greece or Rome and stuff like that showing up, with, as I said, even Iris's look randomly changing as well to something from the past. Now, I am intrigued to see what else might show up, but I don't think anything like overly interesting in regards to a comic book Easter egg or anything like that would be on its way. It's more just historical things like that. I mean, it wouldn't shock me too much if there's like a prop room in Vancouver. They just went through and just like, okay, have you got anything from like ancient history, like anything like Egyptian or something like that? We're going to take it and put it in this set. So that might be randomly showing up. I guess we'll have to wait and see with them. There might be something interesting, who knows? Now, one thing of interest that caught my eye was this little part here, and I am wondering, is this the Flash Museum? Because we do see someone in a hood here with a flashlight and they're looking around. And if you look on the left here, we have this logo on the left, which is using the same text and color scheme that the show uses for the words and the logo of the Flash. So I'm wondering, is this the museum that they're in? And obviously they shine a light on this item here, which I'm not too sure exactly what it is. But I'm wondering this should be the episode to do it as well, because we're doing like a different reality. But wouldn't it be funny if the show went like ultra meta and had the reality change to the set of the show? That would be like they're walking around the set of Star Labs, but it's actually just the show's set of Star Labs, not actually Star Labs. It'd be pretty funny. It's obviously not going to happen, or at least it's very, very unlikely that it's going to happen, but it would be pretty funny. But I don't know if this is the Flash Museum. You just can't see that thing on the left there where it says the Flash, and it is someone in a weird hood walking around. So I don't know if there's a person that's causing this or it is just the mold thing that's going on. I don't know if there's going to be a, quote unquote villain or antagonist in this episode. It doesn't seem there will be. However, one thing that needs to be said is that on the IMDb, it says that the guy that did the voice acting for Goku back in Dragon Ball Z when it first premiered is in this episode. I can't remember the actor's name, sorry, off the top of my head, but apparently he's in this episode. So I don't know if he's doing any voice work or something. So maybe expect something. Maybe they're hiding something from this episode, from the trailer, that could be fun in the episode. But yeah, maybe expect the voice of Goku to be showing up at some point in this episode. I'm not too sure, but that's what the IMDb thing said. Now, the big question that a lot of people have based off this episode, which was mainly based off when the synopsis happened, but also the trailer maybe, carrying on that discussion as well, and that is, does this set up episode 9 with Oliver returning, or is it like last episode and is just on its own and not really connecting to anything in regards to the main stuff with, Barry and Iris and Star Labs and stuff like that? And my answer to that is, I think it's probably just self-contained, and there might be something else that maybe connects to next episode. And I think this just might be its own thing with Barry and Iris, but you never know. It is dealing with time and different realities and stuff like that. So maybe it could explain it, but at the same time, I'm not too sure. And the last thing is what I was sort of alluding to there, where something else could maybe set up episode 9 with Oliver, Diggle, and Wally returning and Bloodwork and stuff like that. And that is Keown visiting an old friend of Team Flash's. Now, who the hell could this be? My thought is that it might be Diggle. That's my thought process around it, that it might be Diggle and it might be Keown going to Argus to maybe look into her powers. So maybe Barry's like, you know, we can only do so much at Star Labs and we can't figure it out. Or Chester says that to Keown. So Keown maybe goes to Argus and speaks to Diggle. That might be what happens there. At the same time, you'd expect Cisco to be there, but maybe Cisco's off-world, like they always say when someone can't show up. Oh, they're off-world. I don't know why Cisco would be off-world, but maybe that happens. So I think the Keown thing might set it up. It's at the very end of the synopsis, which makes you think it might just be like a 1 or 2 scene sort of thing for this episode that does set up episode 9. But I am expecting like a cliffhanger for this episode in regards to the Oliver Queen return and stuff like that, just to have us like, oh my God, like thinking about it for 2 or 3 weeks, waiting for the episode to air after this one airs. So I'd expect that to happen. But yeah, Keown, like old friend of Team Flash, it could be like a lie, like the one from the Red Death arc was when Iris had never met Ryan Wilder, but apparently they were old friends. So it could be a lie like that, but they specifically say Team Flash. So I'm thinking it's Diggle. Diggle's my pick, but we'll wait and see. But yeah, there is no promo images at the time making this video. I don't know if they'd reveal too much, but maybe they do. If there is anything of interest, we'll include them in a video over the weekend or something. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, it'd be awesome. You could drop a like and show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on all the stuff we went over in this video. Always curious to read any thoughts, theories, and predictions you have. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Goodbye.